Hello everybody, and welcome back to some Ragnamod VI. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got together and done some random stuff. I don't remember what all exactly it was that we did. We worked on getting this stuff set up. We worked on storage, fixing. Our storage is a lot better off now. We're half full, which is great. Everything can now run again. So yeah, we got that today. What are we going to do? We did some other stuff too. We worked on Forbidden and Arcanus. So today, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to work on a couple of things. Our first item for business is I don't even see a quest for it. There it is. We're gonna make garden cloches. We figured out that with the magical soil in the garden cloche, we could get 8 each out of the mystical agriculture crops. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to work on setting up some automation for it. So let's look at these things. Garden cloches. That's not what I wanted. So everything pretty easy to get set up. We've already got basic energy cubes done. We've already got fluid tanks done. Inferium glass, not that hard. We can set up a recipe and induction smelter. We've got plenty of Inferium for that. We've got hardened glass set up. We need to set up everything for the botany plants, which not going to be too bad to do. This is all stuff we've got. It's not bad. We do need to get a way of getting some clay. Clay is our big issue right now. That's not what I wanted to do. So that is our one thing. We need brick set up. So it's not really a whole lot of stuff to do. The biggest thing that we're going to have to do, we've got the whole treated wood that we need to do, so we need to get creosote taken care of. We've been working on creosote this whole time, sort of. We've got 291 buckets. I want more than that, so we're going to be setting up some automation for that also. If we go in here to, you know what we could do? Let's see if this is that's the wrong direction. Let's go here, and let's see. Creosote is not a thing that we can do. If I spelled that right. Yeah, yeah, shoot. Well, I guess we're going to do this the hard way, which is fine. We can do that. By the way, I don't know if I showed this or not. This thing's full. That's weird that that's showing that. So to do the creosote, we're going to step away from the immersive engineering creosote because that is a slow process. This is not much faster, but it's easier for us to automate. So we're going to need the pyrolyzer. Pretty easy for us to make, nothing too serious. So we need that. And then we can set up a fluid encapsulator and throw these guys in here. Even though we've got most of our machines so far set up in here, I still need to fix these walls. There, that looks slightly better. But even though we've got all of our other stuff set up in here, we don't have room for anything else. So this will be going in our new room, which is over here. We're going to be setting up garden cloches around the room. We do have an issue with this space right here, so we may not be able to use this wall for anything. We'll have to see. So, but we can get this guy going, running coal through it, getting our creosote. We can store the creosote. We can store the tar and the coke, and fluid encapsulator to make our planks. Probably going to be the easiest way to do it instead of setting up a craft for it. We'll have to see how that works. It shouldn't be that long of a deal. If it is, we'll just make a recipe for the craft. So let me get some stuff set up and I'll be back. Alright, so we are back. So I've got our first bit of the, well, I've got everything set up ready to go. So now comes the test. I have not made one of these yet. I have taken everything out of our system that coincides with making these garden cloches. I want to see if we can craft this from start to finish, which is what we need to figure out. Make sure there's not a hold up somewhere. Beautiful. We can do it. Now, I've got a handful of stuff in here still from before to where we can, I've got the opportunity to use without having to craft all the stuff. But, as I said, we've got that done. We've got a couple quests, one for the pyrolyzer, and then we've got one for our garden cloche. That give us a whole bunch of farmland. How much? 64 farmland. So that takes care of that part of it. Let me show you what I've got going on over here. Everything else is already that's not what I wanted. I got rid of that. Everything else, like I said, we've already had stuff pretty much set up for crafting recipes. Just had to do those. As far as the main part of it is the creosote. And I've got this guy set up back here. We've got an import bus and an export bus on this thing. It is putting coal in it and making it, and then it's sucking the tar balls and the coke out. It is auto outputting into this black hole tank. This is going to hold 1,000 buckets. If that's not enough, I don't know what will be. And then I've got this guy being auto-inputted in creosote, so we've got us a little backup, and this thing actually makes treated wood pretty quick. So it's not too shabby. So that is lovely. Now comes the part where I need to start getting farmland set up, getting some cloches set up, and start getting all of that stuff up there moved down here. Got a lot of work to do. Alright, so we are back. I've got our first bit of plants in. As you can see, we're getting 8 to 16 of these every second now, which will definitely improve our Inferium production. And I'm still thinking about doing more because we need a ton of creative essence for different things. I don't know how many other crops we're actually going to do. I know we need, I'm going to go through like the ultimate ingots and see what we need for it. I don't even know why I did that there. Go through these and see what we need, which we only need to make a handful of these. I think it's 36 to do this. Now, there's some of these we can't do just yet. Of course, we still need more insanium for the ingots. We've got to set up recipes for all of those. It needs all the tiers of ingots. So yeah, we're going to need a lot more Inferium than what we've got going on right now. Alright, so we are back. As you can see, we are now making insanium pretty quick. I'll take you over there and show you what we've done. But yeah. So what I wound up doing was just going ahead and making a whole nother row of Inferium. Now what we'll do is collect all the insanium that we need, or just collect a bunch of them, and then as we get ready to start doing the ultimate ingots, I will slowly start taking a few of these out. Some of them we're not going to need. And then some of the stuff for the ultimate ingots, we can throw bees in, we can do something else. but we don't have to do that. But for now, our Inferium farm is complete. It's nice. Alright, so while we're sitting here and messing with a bit of mystic agriculture before we take off to the next bit of stuff that we are going to do, I figure we might as well go ahead and make one of our seeds that I hadn't done yet. And I don't know why I didn't do it, but we hadn't. So let's do it. So there we go. There's that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And our Insanium seed. Beautiful. There is our Nitro Crystal seed. Once again, not anything that we need necessarily right now, but it is made and that quest is now complete. I do have, I guess that's one of the things we need to do right quick. Let's make one of these guys. There is our Farmland quest complete. And then we still need to do the coal and that. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so our next bit of business is going to be looking at compact machines. We need oh, cool. We can automate these guys. We need a few things. One, we need to make this guy right here. Beautiful personal shrinking device. That is complete. That gives us 16 compact machine walls. Now, we've got to make our way through. I need to get all the way to the maximum size one to do what we need to do next. So, in order to do this, let's look at the recipe for this. That is the industrial block. So we need ender pearls. We're going to need redstone, and then I'm going to need, that is industrial iron. Might as well make a bunch of it. I don't know exactly how many we're going to need before we're done here. Alright, so back upstairs we go, over here to this guy. And we should be able to place this guy down. And this is not working at all. Or so it looks. Alright, now it's going. Alright, so we should be able to throw this guy in there. That's going to make more of our compact machine walls. Beautiful. I want to see if we need to change this out or if it will still work. See if that bug has been fixed. And it might help if we got rid of that. Nope. Still a thing. So let's do that. Let's do this. That should be a thing. Oh, I put the wrong block in there. That's why. So we're going to try this one more again to see if it works. Actually, we can go ahead and make our first size compact machine. So we need a 3x3 with a hole in the middle. Oh, sweet, it is fixed. Nice. And there we go. There is the tiny one. Beautiful. Now to make the next tier, looks like that needs to be full of iron blocks, and we need that guy. So we need 98. I need to make a lot more machine frames. Alright, so before we take off and build this next one, let's compare these things. So, tiny compact machine. It is little bitty. Literally just a 3x3 room. And there we go. There is the stuff for that. We need to do that. Throw in our ender pearl. And that disappeared. Let's hope it's doing its thing. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Alright, so there's that one. We place this down. We go inside of it right quick. We've got us a 5x5 room. Nice. Still not what we need. Alright, so the rest of these. Now that we have figured that out, let's go ahead and claim these quests. Not that it necessarily matters. This one is... It looks like it's the exact same size. It just takes gold blocks. The large one is same size. It takes obsidian blocks. Giant takes diamond blocks. And the maximum size one takes emerald blocks. So, I am going to spend a minute here. I've done hit that button too many times. For one, we got to get some more going. I'm going to go ahead and just spend a minute here. We've seen the smaller ones. Basically, they just go up by, that's a 5x5. We got, actually, these showed it. 7x7, 9x9, 11x11, and a 13x13. The 13x13 is what we want. So, that's what I'm going to get. Alright, and just like this, we've got our final tier. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and complete these. So now we've got a extra one of all of them. The only one we're worried about though is our diamond one. Or not our diamond one, but our maximum one. So the rest of this stuff for now can go up. This is the guy that we want. Alright, so we have plenty of space for what we are going to do. And what are we going to do? I hit the wrong thing. We are going to start making our way through the rest of Mekanism. We need to get antimatter. That's where we're headed. That's the last part of this guy here that we need. Tiny antimatter. We've got tiny dry rubber already. We just need the antimatter pellet. That actually has EMC. That is a ton of EMC. But that's good to know. Now, this is quite the process. In order to do this, we need to get the liquid antimatter. In order to get the liquid antimatter, we've got to make the super critical phase thingy jabob. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But we need liquid polonium. And in order to get that, we need nuclear waste and solar neutron activator. And to get nuclear waste, we've got to build us a reactor. But before we can even get to the reactor part of this, we need to get fissile fuel. And in order to get fissile fuel, we need a isotopic centrifuge, and we need uranium hexafluoride. This guy is made from hydrofluoric acid, uranium oxide. The uranium oxide is literally just yellow cake uranium, which is uranium in an enrichment chamber. We've got all that part taken care of. All we got to do is make a recipe for it, and we're good to go with that. So, that's that part of it. Now, let's back up. The hydrofluoric acid, we need to get sulfuric acid. And to get sulfuric acid, we need water vapor. Sulfur dust makes sulfuric acid. And we've got all kinds of sulfur. We can do that. that, that actually is going to make this a little bit easier to do than I thought it was going to be. So, sulfuric acid, item to gas. We need a purification chamber, which we can do the big purification chamber for that. Hopefully this is going to work. Sulfur dust, we can get a bunch of sulfur dust from this guy here. So, and now, the reason why we are doing this, I don't know if it's turned on or off. More than likely, it's probably turned on, as it's a big thing in Mekanism now, which is radiation. And I hate radiation. Oh, I hate radiation. I have had problems with radiation before. So that is kind of what we've got to deal with. And that's the reason why we're doing it here. That way, if we screw it up, we can just get rid of this one and make another one. Can you break out of these walls? No. Not with that, at least. But yeah, that is kind of where we're at. I got a few things I need to get set up. I'm going to get all of this set up, and then I'll bring it back. Alright, so quick progress update. We are at the point of making fissile fuel. Let me show you what I got going on, as it's kind of a little bit of a mess. So, I've got this thing set up. A network receiver back home. We got a network transmitter. I done this so we could set this all up here without having to set up a bunch of stuff. So, first things first. We've got this guy, the chemical oxidizer, doing sulfur dust. It is turning the sulfur dust into the sulfur dioxide. I don't know where the items to gas thing was getting this. I tried to figure it out. I think it's this guy right here that will do it. But anyways, not sure. Anyways, it's making the sulfur dioxide. We've got oxygen coming from a electrolytic separator, which is being fed by a sink. It's separating oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen I got just dumping excess. We don't need it right now. So those two together are making the sulfur trioxide, which the sulfur trioxide is coming over here to this chemical infuser, which takes water vapor, which we use a rotary condensator with water deconcentrated into water vapor. The water vapor and the sulfur trioxide makes the sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is what we can use it in order to make the lead slurry, or not the lead slurry, but all the different slurries. I believe that's the 4 or 5 times way of doing all of this, so that right there will get you to that point. And then from there you can do the rest of it. But we've got the sulfuric acid mixed with fluorite, making hydrofluoric acid. And then over here we've got an enrichment chamber set up, just piled full of uranium, and it's making yellow cake uranium, which is in turn making the uranium oxide. The uranium oxide and the hydrofluoric acid is making the uranium hexafluoride, which going in here makes the fissile fuel. That is what we need to power our reactor, or at least make the steam reactor, which is what is next on our bit of business here. This all can go away. We have got that. Because in order to get the polonium, we need nuclear waste. Nuclear waste is made with all of this, and most of this stuff isn't that bad. We'll set us up a little reactor here, and we'll go from there. Now, the problem that we're going to have, I don't know if these guys will work here. We should try that out right quick. So, solar neutron activator, we've got to get into HDPE before we can do that. Alright, so we are back. Bit of a progress update. We're still getting tons of stuff, which is beautiful. So we've got HDPE set up. We've already got 400 of them, and I just started this. So we've got this guy going, making biofuel. We're using warped fungus. We have a bunch of warped fungus. where we were growing these these things through the whole playthrough in our botany pot. So that is what we are using for that. So we're making biofuel. Biofuel with water and hydrogen gives us substrate. And it's also making the ethylene. Now we're getting our hydrogen from downstairs, where we were dumping the excess, which, I mean, we could have done it here, but I didn't even think about that at the time. So, yeah, we got hydrogen going in, making the substrate, and it's going over here to this PRC. We've got the ethylene going in here to become liquid. I need to take care of my phone. That is awfully loud. Making liquid ethylene. The liquid ethylene is what we need in order to make the substrate, along with oxygen, which I have electrolytic separator and bringing the oxygen over here. And then all of it's working and getting us HDPE. It's working great. We probably could have made this a little bit neater, but what do we need with neat when we can do that? So, the quest for this is we need to make 64 sheets. And in order to make the HDPE sheets, this is where we have issues. Doing it this way. That's, you can do 3. Oh, that's a new one. We'll just let that go then. Or we can just do the actual sheets. So we need to get, beautiful. That's complete. We've got our sheets. That gives us 32 more sheets. We got a few quests we need to make. First off, purification chamber. That gives us osmium clumps. Our isotopic centrifuge, that's just going to give us some XP. Electrolytic separator is going to give us another one. That would have been nice to have. And a chemical oxidizer gives us some more sulfur dust. Chemical dissolution chamber is going to give us another one of those. Chemical infuser, another chemical infuser. And the PRC gives us another PRC. Lovely. Alright, so that's pretty much got us squared away for that for now. So I think that is where we're going to leave it. We've been at this for a while now. So all of this stuff can go away. We are at the point now of we need to make our fission reactor in order to do that. Once we get the fission reactor set up, it will produce the polonium for us. The polonium will be able to get into the rest of all this stuff, get into our antimatter, all of that good stuff. So we're probably about halfway through Mekanism. We've still got a few things to do. We really don't have a whole lot to do. It's just a lot of waiting. It's going to take a while to get the antimatter to going. It's going to be, yeah, that's going to be the thing. And it's going to be a minute to get the polonium going, or not going, but getting it. So that is where we'll leave this, and we'll get that to the next episode. We do have the refined storage quest to complete, and that is all for the quest. So all this stuff can go up for now. We're done with it. Clean out my inventory. We like having clean inventory, and that's where we're at. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.